loud, Tony.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still quite loud
Yeah,
again.
everyone's-
Can you move it up again?
I didn't do anything. You're both assholes. I have not missed the pair of you
Just take it down.
in the
It's
week
gotten
since I've seen you
louder.
both.
It was good when we said it was good, now it's louder again.
Right, I'll
Now that we've
wait,
started.
How's that
While
now?
they sort themselves out.
Send him to a breakout room.
Just so you can compose yourself, and then you can come back when you're ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we good? Are we good?
I don't know, are we?
Really?
I believe so. I'm fine.
Alright, well, let's
It's
go
getting
then.
louder, but now I'm starting to think it's just you.
I think
It's
I'll
not
say-
you.
Louder.
Fuck you!
Jesus
Ow.
Christ.
My ears. That hurts.
Are we? Am I carrying on, or are we re-going?
No, you really
sorry
need to
future
just
Jimmy,
turn your
who's
mic
editing
down.
this
It's
at
gotten
3 in
worse. Yeah, it's gonna be like a
How's that
jump
now?
scare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, turn it down a lot more.
I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
Quite quiet.
Yeah. Don't do that because you're gonna turn it all the way up and just.
There's no middle. You
Shatter
haven't sound like
our
the
skulls.
You haven't sound like the just
What would I do, Dan? Sorry. What would I do?
right.
Is it not like Discord? Why can't I just change your
Why
volume
can't
for
I just
me?
mute him?
How's
I
that
can
now?
mute him. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
excellent. Success. We've done it.
You can't hear a word you're saying,
Can you
Gabe.
stop his video as well?
Yeah, let's just stop this video. Hold on.
Is he doing the intro? He didn't realise. I genuinely think he hadn't realised it looked like he was doing the intro.
I'll ask him to unmute and I'll ask him to start his video.
I refuse. I won't do anything I'm asked to be done of me.
Yeah, there's a baby in the core. I don't know if you can solve it.
No, I know, Jimmy. That's just yourself. I was well aware I was muted, Daniel. I was trying to tell everyone about
Okay.
Jimmy's dark evil secrets, and then Jimmy decided to kick me from the video as well.
That was
I'm
my
not talking
idea.
about that anymore.
I've decided I'm not going to grant you host anymore, Jimmy. I'll record
Oh,
it. send
Gabe,
it
your
to you.
audio's good.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, good.
Success. We did a good job, Jimmy.
Am I going from the whole top again, or are we just going to carry on like this?
Well, we haven't
That
really
was it?
started it yet.
Oh, right, we not? Okay.
No,
Oh, good.
hang on.
Oh, okay.
Shut up,
Well
Gabriel.
done.
We have to do the clap to start. Go
Do we?
for it. Yeah, that's how it works.
Not every single time. I clap.
Because you're
and then
recording.
Gabe's like a sleeper.
Yeah. clap to start.
Gabe's like a sleeper agent. If you clap, he does a good bit.
Mm.
He makes it really awkward, like music festivals and stuff. He just starts going, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to Instagram."
How do I do the intro? Sorry. Can you do that again?
I can't do it. It's impossible to replicate.
Hello, welcome to the Ravioli Show. I'm your host, Gabriel Morena. Today I'm joined with Jimmy Rogers and Daniel Sheldon again.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Can you please include some of what just happened, just to give consensus as to why I'm as I am now? Please?
Sure.
Good. Okay. Hello and welcome back. It's just us three this week. It's your favourite boys.
Absolutely. And Gabriel.
Oh, what the fuck?
Got him.
We still can't.
Oh, it's gonna be a shit show. Oh no. How are you, Daniel?
Not too bad. I'm existing.
That's good. Jimmy, how are you?
Yeah, about the same.
Do you want to describe to everyone where you are today, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm just at this like rooftop party with my friends.
Me and Dan didn't game.
I was saying to Dan before, we're actually in the middle of a game of musical statues, and I just unplugged the audio cord, so that's why they're all perfectly still in the background. They're just really competitive.
And really good at the game.
They're really good.
Evidently. Really, really good.
They're all professionals.
Is that? No, it's not a thing. I don't know why I was going to ask.
Special musical statues. Clearly it is.
Actually, should we jump into the news, gentlemen? There's been
yeah.
some news.
Has there?
If anyone else has any other news to chime in with.
I have news.
more than
I have
welcome
news
to.
this week.
Oh,
I actually have news this
fuck
week.
off.
Yay.
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
But you can do yours first. You're clearly not that interested.
Go on. Oh, shut up! Don't act like I'm shitting on you after the last 25 minutes. Go on. Jimmy, it's your spotlight. Oh, fuck you. It's your spotlight now, Jimmy. Go on.
The casting has been revealed for the Last of Us HBO show.
I wrote that over here.
Oh well, then you can take it away, Gabe. Don't worry. It's not like I'm the fan of that.
Pedro Pascal and the girl from Game of Thrones are the two leads, right?
Which girl from Game of Thrones?
The one who owns the island. She's like the queen of the island. Oh, she's leader of an island. She's a young girl.
That could be all of them.
No, she's not a famous. She's not a like regular recurring character. She's just a fan favorite character that appears in like maybe 5 episodes at most. It's
So just someone I don't know then.
a person you don't know, and Pedro Pascal are playing the Last of Us characters.
Bella Ramsey.
Which I'm do anything for you, Dan? The name?
Is that the actress's name?
I'm assuming so.
That could be the character's name in the Last of Us, for all I know.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know the Last of Us character. Jimmy, you're a big Last of Us fan, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why I was gonna. That's why this is the only
like-
bit of news I was gonna talk about. Clearly,
There's like
you don't
fungus
value
zombies
my
or something.
It's what?
Fungus zombies or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've watched some
That's-
gameplay
that's
of it.
what
I
I
quite like
understand.
it, but I haven't ever played it or watched the entire thing through. Jimmy, are you happy to see this? Is it? It's not a like direct. Is it following on? Is it a prequel? What
No,
the
it's
fuck is?
the games are like their own separate thing. This is just like the events of the first game, just like kind of
okay.
TV show. version,
Live.
you know?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Which is
All right.
pretty cool.
Is it on HBO Max?
I think.
Okay.
I don't think they've even like I don't think they've started production yet.
No, I don't think they have.
So they'll probably. I mean, they could just film stock footage, couldn't they? 'Cause it's a pandemic.
Yep.
So they
Yeah,
can just
no, they
film the whole
could.
thing right now if they wanted to. Maybe they already have filmed the whole thing. Maybe
Possibly.
they filmed
It
it
might
back
already.
last March.
This is a weird. I don't know why we're coming up with conspiracy theories as to when the Last of Us TV show was filmed, but okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they filmed it. Maybe it's filming right now. I'll use that. Maybe it's an HBO segue as we're back to let's talk about Zack Snyder again and
I
more
don't
Justice
wanna
Can
talk
you
League.
mute him,
Snyder.
Jimmy? Can you
Yeah,
mute
that's
him?
me.
You
Can
messaged me. We're
I'll just wait for him to finish and then he can come back.
Yeah, okay.
You sent me a photo of the thing and wanted my opinion of it, so we have to talk about it
He
here.
can do that. He can unmute himself.
Yeah, I fucking can. Dan, what do you think of it? Joker.
It looks bad.
Does
I
look
didn't
bad.
ask for your opinion. It was more of a general how they managed this, you know, a rhetorical. It was a rhetorical statement I captured a picture with.
Right.
Gabe, can I
Is that
talk
it?
to you
That-
privately?
I don't want to talk about it here.
Jimmy, don't you dare send me to a breakout room, Jimmy. I will fucking. I'll leave this.
Yay!
For free, Dan.
Excellent. What else has happened then? Because I haven't written news. What happened? Gina Carano, she got fired from Lucasfilm for being
she?
a bad person. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she compared being a Republican now to being a Jew in Nazi Germany.
Great.
Pretty cool stuff.
That's
she's
cool,
plus she's transphobic, so you
Awesome.
know,
Sounds like
all
a
around
really
terrible
cool
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no more Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, which is a shame because it was a good character, but maybe they should just recast her or something.
Yeah. Should let him back in, shouldn't we?
Yeah, okay. We'll let him know we've done Gina Carano talk. We don't need that anymore.
Yeah, we can strike that off the. I've admitted him back.
Gina Carano got fired for talking about the
We
hot
just
pot.
did that.
I
we just
know.
did that
I
bit.
heard it as I left.
Ah. Cool.
If you didn't hear that, that would be perfect comedic timing.
No, I heard Dan go. We'll just tell him that we did thingy Carano. I was like, here we go. Yeah, just stop liking shit that can get you fired online, people.
It's true,
Falcon
that
and Winter
Last of Us
Soldier had a
stopped
trailer
liking the game.
in
It's
Super
pretty
Bowl.
bad. I don't know.
Anyone
I
else?
like it, but-
What? What? Huh? What?
Are you talking over each other?
What are you in here? We said. I just heard him go.
Because I'm taking back my show. I feel like
You
there's-
can have your fucking show. I don't care.
I think you do.
I don't mind. Just
This is all
allow
you
me to
have.
sit
This
here.
is all you have.
Go on, Jimmy. You host. Go on, Jimmy.
What do you mean? I
Well, show you-
I already told you the news. The casting for the last one.
That was the only bit of news.
That's it. That's
all
it.
I
Yeah.
have.
All right, then come on. Actually, yeah, this is your episode, Jimmy. You
Well,
planned this.
no, because that's my favorite franchise, and that was the only thing I had to talk about.
That's it.
That
That's
was it.
Right.
I'm not saying I should
what
take it back
happens
now.
now?
I'm just saying at some point I should take it back. I'm too lazy. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't got the energy to take it back.
Do you see what I have to put up with on a weekly basis? One day I'm just not going to turn up and just see what you two do.
I'm praying
Well,
for
nothing
that
will
day to
happen
come
because
soon.
you're the one that always starts the Zoom call.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
We'll replace you with Rob.
We won't care.
Rob can start the Zoom calls.
Yeah.
Just because me
I'm
and
gonna
Dan
make an
don't know.
I swear to God, I'm gonna make a rip-off show of this fucking thing.
I'll see you, man.
You don't have the money to sue me. Don't be ridiculous.
I do. I'll get a loan.
Right? Will you?
Is that how it works?
From who?
I don't know.
I
I
don't.
never sued anyone.
I love the idea you spent your entire life just threatening people with lawsuits, but you've never actually looked into what would happen.
I don't know what to do.
No, you have no idea.
In
You
other
beat
news,
your own
Gabe, could I borrow some money?
Yeah. Okay. Jimmy, do you wanna talk about what the main topic is today?
Have you done with the news? Is that...
I was gonna talk about Falcon Winter Soldier Trailer,
Okay, we'll go. Let's
but
carry
nothing
on.
happened.
Take control.
Um,
It's okay.
Falcon Winter Soldier trailer happened during Super Bowl.
Oh yes, Gabe. Let's talk about the
Looks
Super Bowl,
good.
shall we?
It looks good.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't really anything there. I don't want to talk about Super Bowl.
Gabe, let's talk about the
not?
Super Bowl.
Everybody's favourite.
You know what's
Super
so
Bowl.
annoying, right? Is you two are the two furthest away people from any sports that I like. Like, I wouldn't go to you to chat about most of the sports I enjoy, other than cricket and such,
And fun.
and F1.
I'm
Did
partial
you
to
call
a
it
table
F1?
tennis.
Yeah,
Right,
I like
are
to
you?
put just the F in front of the word one.
F1.
Yeah. Or phone, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah. But the 1 minute my team loses, it's like all of the people come out of the woodwork and are like, I had messages from people who I haven't
Ma-
spoken to in like weeks,
Imagine
going,
making-
ha 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 ha. And do you know how
imagine
infuriating it is?
Imagine making a documentary about praising your team.
Hey, we won last year. We won.
Yeah, we didn't win this year.
I put the Super Bowl on, like, very briefly.
Right.
Because I was awake and I was like, okay, let's have
Yeah.
a look at this. Let's see what
Did
all the
you
fuss is
get
about.
bored the minute it
I
got
got-
back to guys in the studio?
Oh, I got like, I watched it for like a minute and like, there was more setting up new plays than there were actual plays. How can
Yeah.
you watch that?
You can't.
It's
Can I be honest?
it's
Right, so I'll be
slower
I'll be
than the
honest.
You don't get the full plot if you don't watch it from the start. You need to kind of understand the
No,
context.
I'll be honest, Dan. It's also probably one of the worst games you could have tuned into to do it with.
Well, I'm just gonna.
But
do
I
it.
also
I don't
understand
like
why people are like, it's not fast-flowing sport, which it isn't. So fair enough if people are not enjoying it. Yeah, fair enough. It makes sense. I wouldn't criticize anyone for not enjoying that. Fair enough. Why are we doing a sport talk? This is not a sports show. Why am I doing this?
Maybe you want to make it a sports
Although-
show.
I do have a sports show though, which I do on another
Yeah, I'll
channel,
just-
which just has my name. He's gonna be.
I'll wait for it to finish. and then-
that. I'll be honest.
That's the last time I'll do that joke. It's running out of.
Is it really? Is it? Okay.
I feel like we were really lacking in trailers for stuff this year at the Super Bowl. I was quite disappointed.
Yeah, nothing. I actually thought Marvel were going to do more than they did. I was a bit disappointed they only dropped the one.
I actually genuinely forgot
trailer
they,
thing.
they do that as a for a bit.
Oh, so
And then
massive.
like when
yeah, I was
the
gonna say.
Soldier Strike came out, I'm like, oh yeah.
What did you both think? Because I just thought it felt very like it looks good, but it's just a generic Marvel trailer. Like there wasn't anything in it that made me go, "Oh my god!" Like it was just
I think it was kinda
but-
cool.
Okay.
Oh,
US
yeah,
agent,
I
he's the
enjoyed
thing.
it. Yeah, I
US
think it
oh no, I
looked
enjoyed it. It was nothing
good. I love that
overly special.
it starts the Friday after WandaVision finishes. Just
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Dreamed
Isn't
on.
there are rumbles of a 10th episode of WandaVision? Is that right?
I don't know.
There are apparently ideas that there may be an extra episode, which would take it right up to. I don't think there is, but apparently people are saying there might be an extra
I'd be
episode.
surprised.
I'd be very
I know we
surprised.
got the first two WandaVision episodes on the same day. But I
That's the
think
only
it'd
other
be
thing I
weird
could
if
see
we
is
got
maybe they drop the
finale
last two.
WandaVision and then
Yeah, straight
Falcon.
over.
I feel like it's possible we get the first two episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier on the 19th.
Are we all up to date on WandaVision?
Absolutely.
Okay, Jimmy's not. Okay.
I haven't started one.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Fuck's sake. Okay, no worries. To be fair, yeah, you got plenty. You got how many more episodes to go? 3 or 4? 4.
I don't know.
Yeah, last
It
one was
finishes
episode
on
5,
the
right?
12th. Yeah, 4.
Yeah. So 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because today's the 11th.
Yes.
Maths.
That's how I
Um,
did it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Falcon Winter Soldier. I like the new suits. Falcon's new suit looks pretty cool. Bucky with short hair looks much better. in my opinion.
I think
don't like the long flowing locks. Never have.
I think the long hair works for when he's Winter Soldier the villain.
Yeah.
And then also Winter Soldier fugitive on the run.
He
and
should have
then
cut it at the
Winter
end of Civil
Soldier
War.
Fugitive hiding out in a country he doesn't belong in. I think it works for all of that. And so now that he's out of all of those things, I think it's good for him to go back to the short hair.
Yeah. Do you like the new arm?
Yes, I do like.
Yeah, the new arm looks pretty sick.
The black and gold Wakanda.
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
is
it looks very cool.
looking.
Yeah, it looks very, very nice.
And I
Jimmy,
like the more white and red Falcon suit.
Yeah, I was going to say Falcon suit looks amazing. I think that looks fantastic. Jimmy, anything stood out to the trailer for you?
He has purple mask, doesn't he?
I was going to say I'm so happy they
cool.
did Zemo comic book style, but it's not quite as vibrant as I would have
I don't
liked.
know how they'll pull it off though, because it kind of ended like they were like, oh, we'll never let. By the way, is Martin Freeman returning for it?
Probably. I reckon he
don't
might show
know.
up at some point, but I don't know.
hope
That's
so.
not been
Because
Because
confirmed
I
yet.
actually completely forgot he was in Black Panther.
MCU? Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah, I knew
And
it's
Black
MCU.
Panther. I was going to say
Black
MCU.
Panther.
I was going to say, yeah, he is, yeah.
He's
I
one of the
wouldn't be surprised if he
two
shows
white
up
people in
again.
Black Panther.
I kinda
Yeah,
think he
I wouldn't be
does.
surprised if he
I
shows
really
up.
like Martin Freeman.
So do I.
Mm.
I think
Yeah, his American accent's a bit wobbly.
I
but
don't. I
enjoy
actually.
him.
That's one of the few times I think they probably could have just gone with his actual accent. Like I
Could've
don't
just-
feel like it
could've
was
just made him
necessary.
English.
Just make him English. Yeah, he'll carry the performance himself. I
but
don't
isn't
think
he
the American
like
accent was needed.
Wasn't he like in the army? The US
He's
Army?
General Ross, isn't he?
He's not General Ross, but he's another Ross.
He's another
isn't he?
Ross.
But
Yeah, he's another Ross.
I think
Atticus
unrelated
Ross.
to.
I think he might be. I'll go
I
find
don't.
his name.
I don't know. I feel like they would have made it more obvious that they.
Oh, yeah, I
were
don't think they're related,
I think
but
they just-
Everett Ross. Everett Ross is his
Everett,
name.
yeah.
There you go. Who on the Marvel wiki appears to just absolutely nothing. Yeah, no, there's nothing on here. I don't believe. No, he's just a spy man. On the topic of Wonder and Vision. I'm not going to give anything away. Obviously, Jimmy hasn't watched it yet, and we're not at the end of the series yet or anything. I was just going to say, I would arguably say the way this is going, this could be Marvel's best thing yet. I think, on terms of anyone can watch and appreciate how good this is, I think this might be the best thing they've done, as it's currently proceeding forward.
I wouldn't quite say anybody could watch it. You
No,
need,
okay, yeah,
you
my
need
point
a
was
lot
more-
of establishing knowledge to.
But I'd say if you don't have to watch everything to be able to watch this and go oh, this is good. It's
yes, you don't
really
need to,
good fun. You can have a rough sort of idea. I think Age of Ultron's the main thing to have watched, and you can kind of piece together a lot of everything else in this. Show.
You probably need to have probably seen Infinity War and Endgame as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, there's
Maybe
something there.
Captain Marvel, but it's not massively important.
Yeah, that's just for the few. That's just for a little hint every now and then.
Maybe another film that I will not mention before.
Whoa! That was horrible. I don't know why we did that. Should we move on to the main topic of today's episode, gentlemen? Today we're talking. Jimmy, how would you describe this topic? Just our favourite TV shows and things at the time right now?
Favorite franchises and or TV shows that are still ongoing, stuff that hasn't finished yet, like the MCU, for example.
Yeah, currently we've got
That is certainly still happening.
Dan. Do you want to go first, Dan? Point out
No,
your
not really,
favourite.
because I know I agreed to this, but then I just didn't think of anything.
Okay,
So,
all right. Okay,
You have to- somebody else go. I'll think of
fair
something
enough.
else. I'll think of something.
Jimmy, do you want to go first?
No.
Okay. I threw One Division out there. It's probably one of my favourites right now. Umbrella Academy. That's another one. I think is a outstanding show and looks like it's just getting constantly better and better. I think season 2 was better than season 1. Its second season's my favourite. I think it just has a little bit more to go on. It's less establishment. It's
I
more.
think the first
kind of
season
just
has
going with it.
A lot of stuff that I don't think is necessarily needs to be there.
Yeah. I think that's a fair point.
So apart from that, I think it's pretty solid.
No, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought Umbrella Academy did it really well, and the cliffhanger for season 3 looks fantastic, and they're filming currently actually now. The Boys is another one I wrote down. I think that's arguably the best show on TV at the moment. If you're talking like, just you can go watch that. You just have to watch the series. You don't need it because WandaVision, like we say, it's a lot of like you have to do a lot of padding. The Boys is outstanding in my opinion in general. I think that is now. This is like this might sound weird and twisted, but like I feel like right now when that show drops, it is what a new Game of Thrones season was. In that it's so excellently done, and to me, I don't think they've ever missed a beat in that show. I think it's fantastic. Do you both agree? I have interest.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best.
Yes, I enjoy The Boys.
Do you both agree? Like, do you like? Because I quite like the fact it's on Prime. I think it's a good. I think Prime have done very well with it. I think they actually have another Prime series down here as well, actually, which is This Is Us. I don't know if any of you have seen This Is Us.
I've seen trailers for it and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like a drama show where they go through families and everything kind of goes out. I have a family friend of mine who's he's an actor from New York, and he's one of the stars in the show. He plays someone's father in the show. But like, it's like my whole family are obsessed with the show. It's a really good show. But I think Prime are doing really good things, considering like Netflix have always, their original stuff always seems to be miles ahead of everyone else. I think Prime stuff is really decent. Like they went with The Boys originally, and it's kind of picked up. What else do they do? Grand Tour. That's the only other thing I can think of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Treadstone. They did that Treadstone show, didn't they, for a little bit? Is that still going on?
I think that's probably season 4 of Grand Tour right now.
Oh, right now. Okay. Jimmy, you're actually a little quiet. I know you're going to think I'm just fucking around with you to annoy you, but you are actually a little quiet.
No, you are. I was
going to say it. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. See, I give honest fucking things back to you when it's better. Don't mute me. Don't do it. Okay, good. Right, yeah.
I love this power I have.
Yeah, because I'm well aware. I think, despite the current news that Dan and Jimmy so graciously covered while I was
no
in the
problem.
room,
The
The Mandalorian, I think, has to be put on the list, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good show right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Very good. Yeah.
There's easily something where I can remove artist from the art.
Yeah.
It's one person. It's not the main character. So
yeah.
Again, I think it's left on a cliffhanger. So season 3 will probably be.
Season 3, yeah, should be good fun.
Right.
Look, I put like I made a little thing about stuff we've been looking forward to, but should we?
So was that
Go on.
television shows?
I just listed a ton of TV shows that I'm into or enjoyed. I actually put one on here that isn't. I think it's done now. Yeah, it's definitely done now. But
you can't say it.
I wanted to make a special point for 2 actually. One very definitely is done now. I put on the other night. I was very close to watch the other night, and I put on Star Trek Next Generation.
That is done for a while.
It's been done for a little bit. I actually had like I'll be honest, right? It was one of those things where like I put it on half asleep and fell asleep by the start of the 2nd episode, but I really enjoyed it. I was like, this is
brilliant.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot how good. Like, I'm just gonna go through and watch all of this because I was like, this is really good fun, and it's like I'll be honest, Dan, you'll agree with me here. Some of it isn't ridiculous. Like it's insane. Some elements of that show, and what I really liked is obviously for the time period it's done, it looks incredible. But you know when they're like the newest starship, and you're looking at that, and then you look like the modern day stuff, and you're like, that looks like someone's living room. That looks like a spaceship.
I love it. I think it looks really
great.
Cool, because
it does.
It's so different to anything else, really. Still.
Yeah. Did you enjoy? You know, one of my favourite things is. Did you enjoy the? I don't think they've done this in Star Trek for a while now. The slidey desks at the front that like turn whenever anyone needs to get up. Yeah. Fucking brilliant. I don't know why. I was just watching it. Was like, this is outstanding. So that I really enjoyed. And my other quick mention was Arrested Development. I think it's one of the best shows in general to go back and rewatch. I think it's really funny. There's a little chunk, actually quite a big chunk that's dog shit.
The last 2 seasons?
Yeah, it's quite a big chunk that's crap. But there's a lot of stuff in there that's really funny and really good fun.
You forgot the most famous ongoing show.
Go on.
Which is obviously Community.
I was going to say, is it you on Community? Yeah, because it's still not dead.
Yet, so
yeah, 6 seasons in a movie.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Without, definitely without Mr. Glover. He's not doing it.
No, he said he would come back if they actually write it.
yeah.
I think those were the exact words. He said that he'll come back if they're actually ever going to do it.
I think he wants to not. I think he's got the weight now that he could probably get that movie made by himself. As in, like, I think he could definitely make something happen there. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he necessarily has time to, because I think it's less of a thing.
He's working on a new album.
Yeah, I was gonna say his music currently.
3 and 4 of Atlanta at the same
Atlanta.
time. So he's on 2 seasons. He's making an album.
Yeah.
And he does like lots of other stuff.
So we can't get him on the show. He's too busy.
Don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
But I feel like.
Go on, Dan.
I feel like the only way a community movie is going to be good if you get Dan Harmon to write it, and then probably the Russos.
Russo brothers, yeah. They're too far gone. Like, I'd love to see that happen, but they're too far gone now.
I mean, like, it's like Donald Glover will come back. Chevy Chase definitely won't. Especially Dan Harmon.
You know what I realised the other day?
In which case, he really won't come back.
Wait, I'm actually just going to go find out. God, sorry, continue.
It's died anyway, it's fine.
Of course he will. I mean, like, but they'll usually do, like, a cameo flashback or something, don't they?
There'll be a picture of him somewhere or something.
Yeah.
They'll mention him if they do it. But the thing is, though, because, I mean, the Russos, they're not doing Marvel stuff anymore, are they? They're done.
Yeah, but they're doing...
They're done with the MCU.
They do produce a lot of stuff. I mean...
They've made that new Tom Holland film. I don't remember what it's called.
Cherry?
Yeah, maybe.
Apple Movies one?
Yeah, Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, what else?
They produced 21 Bridges, which is the cop Chadwick Boseman one in New York, which is actually really good, but it's not directed by them, it's produced by them.
That's what I'm saying. They produce a lot, but they don't make anything anymore. Really.
I think Marvel's going to keep calling, and I think they've kind of. I reckon they
money for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Do they have a deal? Because I reckon there's a good chance they might have a few more films on a contract. Because
no, I don't think so.
The lack of them making things outside of Marvel makes me think either that or they're bookmarked to make something.
I'm pretty certain that most of the people who worked on those films, their contract ended on Endgame. It was like... Yeah, no,
especially actors-wise, quite a few wrapped up in that project. Yeah. Should we start a new call?
Yeah, and then I'll talk about my favorite TV shows.
Okay, all right. Do you want to clap?
Yeah.
That was...
I guess we're sticking with that one then.
Went right above the mic.
And with a big swing.
I know.
Can I just mention on the Chevy Chase topic real quick?
Okay.
One of my favourite songs of all time is "You Can Call Me Al."
He's in the music video.
He's in the music video, and I completely forgot until about 2 days ago where I put it on and went, "That's Chevy Chase," and then I was like, "Oh my god!"
I think that's one of my favorite songs ever is "Baby Boom the Stanford."
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's also in that one.
You're welcome. What a line.
He just sounds drunk in that song.
Yeah, he probably was. I think he was.
Let's be honest.
I mean, he really didn't like working on the did he? So.
He hated every moment of it, which makes you wonder why he was on there for so long.
Well, because he wasn't really getting any other work, was he?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, they're not. They weren't making any more National Lampoon vacation movies apart from that one they made a couple years ago.
Wait, did they?
Yeah, it was with like Ed Helms and I think Christina Applegate. It was basically the first one, but they swapped all the genders.
Was he dead by the time that happened?
Would you? Oh no, this was genuinely like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay, right. I was going to say,
did
they just do it?
Dead? No, don't.
Is he still a kid? I thought he was dead.
No, I meant Pierce, the character Pierce.
Oh right, I genuinely thought you meant Chevy Chase had died, and I just completely missed it.
Chase is still alive.
Pretty sure he is.
Sad times. How is he still alive? Yeah, 77.
Yeah, I think he's not that old.
Still kicking. Actually, no, he's not. He's probably got pains in his knees.
Can't kick.
Well,
no one pays him enough money.
Oh my god, his real name is Cornelius Crane Chase.
Yeah, did you not know that?
No, I thought that was just a joke about his father being called Cornelius. Yeah. That's what I meant. I just thought it was a joke about his father. I didn't realise that's his actual name.
Just Dan Harmon making fun of him.
Which is probably one of the reasons why. Yeah, I was gonna say that why he didn't get on.
Didn't Dan Harmon like make the entire crew like shout "fuck you, Chevy"?
Probably.
Party or something.
Probably. I think Dan Harmon's one of those guys who's probably really lovely to work with until you piss him off, and then he just decides that he's just gonna make your work life hell for the rest of the time you're on there.
I don't think he's like. He doesn't seem like a mean guy.
No, I mean, like, if you fuck him off, he'll get one back on you. But if you can't take it well, like Chevy, I don't think he goes...
I think it's more like you kind of have... It seems like the sort of person who has to, like, earn his friendship, you know? As opposed to, like Peter Jackson, who just seems like he's nice to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I like. There's a story. There's a story about Christopher Lee says about how there's a scene. I think it's when Gandalf is with Saruman in Saruman's tower, and Christopher Lee kept the scene is him to walk up to his throne or his chair, and Christopher Lee couldn't walk up, kept tripping because of the robes and how long they were, and he turned around to Peter Jackson and was like, "Oh, I can't do this. We're gonna need to change it." And Peter Jackson just went, "You'll sit on the throne," and he was like. That's the first time I've ever looked at him and been like, oh no, he's angry with me now. Like, I have to do this now. And apparently, when they got the take, they were like, he was like, oh, I didn't mean to lose my rap, but like, you know, I wanted that shot really badly. And he was like, I've never once seen him get like that ever in filming until that one moment he just was like that and was like, well, no, you'll do what I ask.
That's probably like, actually, like, he's probably like, oh, okay, I'll actually probably try and do it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see what he's like angry.
Sorry, Peter. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, incredible.
I can't imagine a New Zealander like shouting at someone. Can you? Like
have you
angry?
seen? I was gonna say, have you seen What We Do in the Shadows? Because that's pretty much all that is.
No, but even then they don't.
Even
when they are actually angry, they don't sound angry.
No, yeah.
Oh, I reckon the proper big like Maori blokes would be pretty scary when they get angry.
Isn't it
like the rugby team?
Isn't that what Korg is based on? Korg is based on New Zealand, like massive New Zealand hunks that that like are really friendly, but so when they look massive and their voice is just really like it's really not an intimidating
Stephen Adams
voice, but they're obviously huge. Yeah, that's a great character. Jimmy, I believe you were going to talk about some of your favourite shows on right now.
Yes. Oh man. The first one that comes to mind is Better Call Saul. That's like my favourite show as well. I think. People forget that's like.
That's what's his name as well, isn't it? He's also Mandalorian. No, I'm thinking Mandalorian character from
Giancarlo Esposito.
That one, thank you.
He was in Breaking Bad. Is he in Better Call Saul?
I thought he appears in Better Call Saul. Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know. I haven't seen either.
I think he's actually like saying he wants to make like a spin-off show like about Gus from Breaking Bad and like Better Call Saul, which I think would be quite cool actually. Gustav with Kareem.
Yeah. No, I like him a lot. I think he's really, really good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's a very
I like that show. And the last season was coming out. I think it was meant to come out this year, but it might come out next year now. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorites now. I'm honestly trying to think of like shows you haven't mentioned that are still going on.
There's like the problem I'm having is there's a very fine bracket in my opinion. Like it's like a pyramid system. There's a very fine bracket at the top, like 3 sections that are like shows that are still happening now that are good. Do you know what I mean? There's like a lot of stuff planned and a lot of stuff we've had, but right now there's actually not that much going on.
We're very much in a limbo.
Yeah. So on that point, does anyone want to talk about any shows that have gone? Like have finished that maybe just it's worth going back. I've mentioned a few now, but like worth going back and everyone should maybe have a look at if they're on Netflix or anything like that. I think Jimmy, the obvious one would be to throw out Breaking Bad as well because that's all on Netflix, isn't it? So I'd highly recommend.
Yeah, I think that's still
watching
on
Netflix. That. It is, I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we've already like. I mean, I guess like stuff I'm trying to think. Then like I can't think of anything that like. Seen recently that I honestly can't think. What about like shows that like you've seen that like you think need another season that possibly ended for a while now that you think would work with another season?
I always wanted Agent Carter to have another at least.
I was gonna say you were a big fan of Agent Carter, aren't you?
I really enjoyed that, and then it was really good.
I actually want to go watch it because it's on Disney Plus, isn't it? So I want to go finish. I want to go watch that. Shows that need another season.
They're like cancelled or something. Or like.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I mean, I'll definitely finish this episode now and have like 3 come back to me. But I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of shows nowadays get too many seasons. I feel like cancelling shows prematurely doesn't happen that often anymore. Apparently, is it true? Apparently, Swamp Thing wasn't that bad. I haven't actually seen any of it, but apparently, like it did decent rating wise.
No one saw it.
And then it got cut. Yeah, I mean, I think like DC cut it the minute that like HBO Max was becoming a thing. I think is the reason why they cut because originally they cut it short to 10 episodes. It was supposed to be 10 episodes. They cut it down to 6, I think, and then they just decided to cancel the whole thing. I think when it got like 4 in, so they finished the rest of the 2, and then they just basically are done. The only other thing I'd possibly make a shout to is people going forward into very soon, we've got like a plethora of Star Wars stuff coming to TV, right? Like there's your picks from all over the place. I would genuinely say, like, if you're bored for content but don't want to have to be something where it's 45-minute episodes every time, I'd suggest maybe like the animated Star Wars stuff that's on Disney Plus now, your Clone Wars and your Rebels and shit, because now it actually is canon, and we've got a load more stuff coming in that sort of storyline. Is it they're all in the same timeline? They are basically, aren't they? They're just one after
all in the same area.
Yeah, so like I just maybe give some of that a watch and build your knowledge upon that sort of stuff. There's some really good single episodes, but there's also some that make the whole series, in my opinion, of the last of Clone Wars and most of Rebels is pretty good. Interesting stuff happens in all of it. That kind of leads into Mandalorian as well, I suppose, doesn't it? Because if you kind of just do all them three together, you kind of make a nice chain.
I feel like everyone's seen this one.
I think most people have, and if most people haven't, it's because they don't think anything is worth knowing about.
Like pirated TV show like last year.
Well, Clone Wars is definitely one of the most. Before it got brought back, it was definitely one of the most.
No, I mean the Mandalorian like last year.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Especially when it was dropping once a week. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we didn't get the release. We got the release 4 weeks late. Is that right, Dan?
It was a lot longer.
Yeah.
In the States, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, all got Disney Plus back end of 2019. We didn't get until March. Last year.
Yeah. I may or may not have pirated every single Mandalorian episode as it came out because I was like, well, I want to watch this, and it wasn't available to me.
The biggest problem in the world last year before March was that we didn't have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do any of that.
I was gonna say, I remember like trying to
stellar job avoiding spoilers.
No, you did very good. I remember going to talk to you when I watched the first one. And you were like, "Don't say anything. Like, don't tell me anything."
The only thing I knew that wasn't in the trailers was that there's a little Yoda man in it, and I mean that's barely a spoiler.
You can't avoid that as well. Merchandising and everything around you.
Yes, as soon as the show started, it was everywhere. Yeah. I mean, it was good of them at least to not show any of that before. But yeah, apart from that, I didn't know anything that was going to happen.
I always feel really bad pirating stuff. I always feel like I can't enjoy it as much. I don't actually like force it. So it's like people like spend like years of their life on it. It's like
I agree with that. Because this has always been is that the money usually from me buying things such as film, and I do usually endorse. Like I think it's much better to watch it on your streaming services where they're having to pay for it, but I have a load of DVDs that are over there behind the green screen, and like I enjoy buying DVDs still, and Dan, I know yourself does as well, especially. But like
I ordered like 3 Blu-rays the other day.
Exactly. Like I find it really nice to have that collection of stuff, and I think it's a better way of doing it.
It's just nice to have them on the show.
But it also puts money back into the industry. And I agree with you both there for sure. Like that's a really good thing to do. But on that being said, the minute a movie's out of cinema, especially, even if it's in cinema, all of the money from that is going to a studio. It's not going to like your camera operator or your direct. You know what I mean? It's just pumping back into a studio.
But like, still, I just feel like it.
No, and rightly so. Like I said, it's always putting money back in the industry. Which
it's not like I guess it's like I'd feel bad, but also it's like. I just can't enjoy it as much. I feel like I can't like sit there and just like I don't feel like I'm kind of getting the experience.
I'm not gonna lie. Plus, it also usually is in awful quality, so that's usually like a fair enough point to just be like, "Fuck that." But yeah, every now and then
you can like rent film on Amazon for like.
Yeah, I don't actually. You know what's fun? I used to back when I didn't have streaming like a lot of streaming services and things. I would then pretty much pirate every show I watched at one point in time. The last season of Clone Wars as well, because that came out on that back end of that year. We didn't have it, so it must have been at least the first 3 or 4 episodes I watched pirated online and things. And that I only usually do it with stuff that the whole rest of the world has access to, but us. And I'm like, well, I really want to watch this, and I can't be asked to wait a month and a half, and so I'll just go watch it. But if it's like, for example, what film did we get really? We got a film really late to someone else. It was I don't remember what it was though. One we obviously had late this year, but that's COVID and everything else. And everything. There was another film that we went.
A couple years back, both Ant-Man and the Wasp and The Incredibles 2 came out quite late because the World Cup was.
That's the one, because I was going to say it's because of the World Cup. But I remember thinking like it's fine. I'll just I can wait for that. That's fine. That's actually we've never spoken about that. What does everyone think of The Incredibles 2?
I like it. It's not as good as the first, but it's never going to be.
It's nowhere near as good as the first one. Yeah, exactly. But it's fine.
It
was long. Did you find it long? I found it really long.
I don't remember.
Honestly, I saw it once, like in the cinema when it came out.
I saw it in the cinema. And I remember thinking like that was my only thought coming out. Was I was like, it's fine, but it's long.
Going
as hell.
to watch a Pixar film is going to feel slightly longer than the film actually is anyway, because you got the short at the start.
Well, not only that, but I think when you're a kid, you can switch off attention-wise, watching halfway through the film, and then switch back on and be like, oh, cool. But when like with now the age we are at now, you know, I sit there and I am watching, and I'm like, oh, okay, this feels.
Honestly, any memory of me being in a cinema is a good memory at this point.
Yeah, I
Even if the
really
film was
miss
shit,
being in
like-
cinema.
Why would those just sit in a dark room?
What do you guys? I think we roughly spoke about this slightly when it happened. You know, so HBO, Fox have put all their projects on HBO Max going forward this year.
Not Fox.
Not Fox. Who is it?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Sorry, not Fox.
Fox is owned by Disney now.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they?
It's only a matter of time, Warner Brothers.
I was gonna say they're all gonna fall, but okay. Yeah. So Warner Brothers. What do we all think of that? Because I think I understand what their point of view is of it. I don't like it either, but I understand what their point of view of it is. But what I am more annoyed about is the lack of communication to directors and things who had no clue about their movie was just being shipped on.
Yeah, it was just.
And then it was
This
just
is our
like,
thing.
yeah. Was it the director of June? Is it June? How did he-
It's Villeneuve, whatever his name is.
Yeah, didn't he?
Villeneuve.
They didn't tell him at
Oh,
all.
they didn't tell. No. Who else was it?
There was another big name that I can't remember. Didn't get told at all.
Well, Christopher Nolan is just not happy about it.
Yeah, he's not
so-
happy about it. Can I just point out, by the way, we're not doing it. I'm not going down that rabbit hole ever again, ever.
Okay.
But,
also, as with Kong vs Godzilla,
Yeah.
they're Legendary were looking at selling it to Netflix.
Yeah, and then they just said, "Oh,
Until
we're having."
Warner Brothers were like, "Oh no, okay, we will pay you whatever Netflix was going to give you," and
Yeah.
then they're just going to, you know, after all this, they're just going to go and shove it on HBO Max anyway, where it's not going to get as much coverage as it would on Netflix because that is still regional to just the States and nowhere else.
But to be fair to them, if I was selling a film and then like the other studio was like, "We'll just pay you that," and then like it'll come on like, and then you'll be in like, you know, because I guess Warner Brothers were already decided that they were going to sell it to like HBO, so it would look weird if like all of it was on HBO and then one bit was on Netflix. So they kind of like had to get that, so they put their entire like catalog onto HBO. So like, if I was like the person in charge of like selling Kong vs Godzilla, I would be like, well, I'd rather take money from the company that produced the film.
Yeah.
Because then then there'll be a sequel, or whatever. Maybe not to Kong vs Godzilla, but
I was gonna say, I don't think we can top that at that point. Oh wait, Kong vs Godzilla in space. Hear me out. They shoot him up in a rocket. Don't mute me again, please.
That'd be stupid. How can a monkey and a lizard fight in space? That's ridiculous.
Dan, I think that point you made is probably the biggest point, which is that it's not what they did, it's how certain aspects of it weren't dealt with. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think that's
they
the
just
key.
didn't tell it.
Yeah, it's a punch to the gut for
It's
a lot of
happening
people.
now.
Is it Patty Jenkins? Patty Jenkins had her and Gal Gadot got given like 15 million each on top because they didn't tell them, and then when they were like, well, we have stuff in our contract that is like, we get incentives if it does this well, and then they were like, oh yeah, no, that doesn't matter anymore because we're not going with it worldwide.
Yeah.
And so I think they both got paid about a payout of like 15 million each because Warner Brothers were like, well, we can't. Well, I think the pair of them were like, well, we deserve the money because in the contract you have, you know, is it a cut of the take? I think it was a cut of the take. But obviously, like, if it's not going out to every cinema worldwide, then you're not going to get a cut. So
Yeah,
I don't think
okay.
it's, I saw people like blaming HBO as well. I don't think it's HBO. Like,
no, I think a lot more of it comes down to Warner
I
Brothers.
mean, imagine like getting a deal like that for your stream.
But yeah, no, for HBO it's massive.
Like,
I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers owns HBO.
It's
not like
they do, don't they?
it's not like
oh, that makes more sense. Actually.
Warner Brothers selling stuff to Netflix. This is their thing.
Yeah.
They're just gonna stick it on there.
Yeah, that makes.
Dan, we made a point. Me and you chatted a long time ago about that this is becoming an oversaturated market in streaming.
Yes. Well, yes. I've thought for a while
Yeah.
now that we getting to a point where there's just so many streaming services,
Yeah.
and it's either something's going to happen when they just merge them all, or just collapses, and we just go back to cinemas and maybe
shows and channels.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe there's a way you can do it so you don't have to buy a physical DVD.
What's the biggest one out of all of them? Netflix.
Netflix or Disney at this point.
Disney have the most money. Netflix is the biggest one because Netflix are in debt of some serious amount. Because they owe a lot of people a lot of money.
Depends how you kind of like judge it though. Like the company that owns it, like the parent company that owns the actual like.
I think Netflix is their own thing, though, aren't they? Netflix on their own.
In that case, it'd be Amazon, or like.
Yeah.
That would also be up there with Disney because.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Amazon.
I think just on views, I think it's either Netflix or Disney Plus.
Yeah. I think on money wise, it's probably Disney or Amazon. You're right. Look, I'll be honest. It's only a matter of time before Disney buys everything anyway.
I mean,
anyway. Like, they're gonna get everything, so I would rather see Disney merge everything.
I really want HBO Max to hurry up and come to where we live.
Yeah, if I'm not gonna lie, if HBO, that's my other problem with like the illegal streaming stuff is like I don't necessarily want to do it, but if I don't have HBO and everything is coming out, yeah, I'll probably just be like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go get it, watch it. Because like, I'm happy to wait 4 months, sure. The minute it's like a year and everything's kind of gone, nah, fuck that, I'm just gonna go get it somewhere. Because like, if you're not, it doesn't look like it's coming. Is there no official release date yet? I don't believe.
Are they actually?
I think I checked like a week or so.
They're actually like bringing it over.
Yeah, apparently they have plans to, but they haven't said
okay.
the dates or anything. I read an article about 2 weeks ago that was like, the HBO executive announces they have plans looking into going worldwide, and you're like,
so that means they're not doing it. Good.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know how they bring it here anyway, because HBO and Sky have some deal where they share and produce. Yeah, a lot of stuff that you get in HBO in the States is on Sky here.
Yeah,
and that so yeah, I don't know, and that's also one of the things that was stopped that meant we got Disney Plus so late here, is because of the deal Sky had with Disney. So I don't know if
like, I mean,
that'll stop it.
I'm not very good at like, I don't know anything about like the business side of it, but like surely it would make sense to kind of like release it worldwide, release HBO Max worldwide as like, you know, the big Warner Brothers films get released. Like, release it maybe like a month before like Kong vs Godzilla comes out, and then you know everyone will buy it and watch it. Like,
no, I agree. I think on paper
I
that
don't
makes
like
sense.
the idea of there not being theatre release, especially for something like.
Are they not doing? I thought they were
doing.
They are.
It's as simultaneous as it goes out in cinema. It's also going on HBO Max.
Yeah, which is I think
we're not gonna realistically.
We're at the current moment, we're all gonna have to go cinema anyway, because like I want to watch.
No.
Godzilla v Kong, but I can't watch it anymore.
Cinema,
yeah, no, same. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, even if we did have HBO Max,
I'd go. At the moment, I'd go cinema to watch fucking anything. I'd go watch Justice League again. I would. Or Suicide Squad. I would. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
See the Suicide Squad.
So do I. Is that going on to HBO Max?
That's going straight to HBO Max.
Motherfucker. Sorry. Has anyone? Should we get back on topic? Has anyone else got any more TV shows?
I thought something.
Oh, go for it, Dan.
Oh, okay, yeah, Dan, sorry.
So obviously, always going to back Doctor Who, even if it's not great at the moment.
All 700 and whatever episodes of the original one?
Well, you know, me and my dad have decided we're just going to start paying for BritBox until we're done with watching Doctor Who, because we're enjoying it so much. It's been brilliant.
Enough.
I mean,
there's
been the odd episode which has been, you know, it's something my dad has remembered from watching it when it first came out, and he's enjoyed it. It's like, this isn't great, but a lot of it has genuinely like been very good for when it was made, and you know, the amount of money going into it.
Does it feel like Next Generation does? As in, like, I know it's much earlier, but does it feel like, as in, like, this is a certain charm to it of its time that is nice?
Yeah, well, I mean, even you know, original series of Star Trek, because you know that's the same time. But I suppose Next Generation as well, because you know, got the Borg that are based on the Cybermen. Stuff like that. And then, you know, even now, because it is still going, even if they're sometimes counted as two different things, and it's not great, I'm going to continue watching it as it's coming out.
Yeah, no, we've had certain hints about, or spoken a little bit on the podcast about Doctor Who. That's down to the writing more than anything else, right?
It's mostly the writing,
because
this well, I don't know if it'll come out this year, but the next series will be Jodie Whittaker's third. And so probably her last, because everybody apart from Christopher Eccleston since they restarted the show has had three. Yeah. But I'm looking forward. There's been set pictures of both Weeping Angels and Santarans for this next series, so I'm excited.
There was
The New Year's Day special was good.
Yeah, I was going to say,
enjoyed
apparently
it,
that's
so-
really, I remember, my father watched that and he loved it as well, so which was nice to see everyone kind of. I like the fact that the Doctor Who fan base, I don't know what the nickname is. Do they have a nickname?
Hoovians.
That one. I don't know. This is like a terrible. That sounds like a Hoover brand. But like, I'm glad the fact that they kind of like. I'm glad no one's pointed the finger at the actress herself. Everyone's gone,
No,
oh no,
I've
no, it's
enjoyed-
definitely the writing because I think she's fantastic.
I like Jodie Whittaker. She's
Yeah,
good
same.
in the stuff I've seen. Have you ever seen Attack the Block?
I have no. Oh, wait, it's one of the ones I watched. Like half of them fell asleep. I'll be
Oh,
honest.
it's really good.
No, I like. No,
Um,
she's great in that, and so is.
But yeah, she's good in that. John Boyega, Nick Frost is in it.
Nick Frost is in it as well. Yeah.
But yeah.
I was gonna say that's the end of that list.
Yeah. Also, another thing that's happening at the moment, Death in Paradise. I don't know if either of you guys have seen it. It's a detective show on the BBC.
Okay.
But unlike every other detective show where somebody's killed every week, it's set in the Caribbean. And it's
Right.
it's more of a comedy than it is, the drama side of things.
Are
so,
they
like,
drinking out of coconuts and
Yeah.
what else everyone else does in the Caribbean?
So
I don't know.
it's set around this one police station, and everybody there is from the island, apart from the main detective inspector, who's
Okay,
always
yeah.
just some random British guy that they've gotten in for whatever
Yeah.
reason. It started with what's his name?
Do you want me to find out?
The guy that plays Boff in Johnny English.
Oh, fuck. He also what's his name? He does the. Oh fuck. Hang on.
It started with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always been. I love it because the cold open it finishes with the person of the week being killed, and then it jumps into this really upbeat reggae theme tune. It's just brilliant. Danny John Jules from Red Dwarf used to be on it as well. But yeah, it's a brilliant show.
Ben Miller.
That's the one. Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
he was the first detective inspector. It's
Richard.
currently
Poole.
Ralph. Yes, D.I. Richard. Poole.
Yeah. There you go.
And yeah, no, it's
Good.
currently Ralph Little.
Nice. That sounds good. Is that on BBC? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on BBC.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think it's just changed to a Friday night actually.
Okay.
Last story was a two-parter. It was very
They
exciting.
will change to a Friday night at about 12 o'clock.
He's trying to be funny. Yeah. Good. If I could mute you, I
I
would.
can't believe he's done this.
I know. that was.
For context, we're filming this on a Thursday, just in case.
Yeah. We always film on a Thursday.
I guess it would be Friday.
Apart from when we
night,
don't.
wouldn't it?
Apart from when we don't. Apart from when you once every month we're like, I can't do Thursday. We'll do another day. We'll do another day. Or Jimmy's internet breaks, or something that happens.
By the way, that's why I wasn't
What?
present at college on Wednesday.
Oh.
Thursday.
Oh, I wasn't either, so it's fine.
It was whatever, I was just saying.
Yeah, I wasn't, but thank you. I actually, this is an interesting one. I don't know how Jimmy feels about this show, because I actually think this is quite a fun show for certain episodes. I don't find the guy who does it that funny, but everything else is. Comedians in cars getting coffee. Just think there's some really fun episodes on. His stuff, he does one with Eddie Murphy. I think I really enjoyed the one with Dave Chappelle's really
Is it
good.
Seinfeld?
It's Seinfeld, yeah.
The stuff I've seen is fine.
I think it's just a nice show to put on in the background. They're only like 20 minutes long as well. They're not fucking long. But like, there's some good stories and things. I think there's one with Kevin Hart that's quite funny. There's one with Dave Chappelle that's pretty good. Dave Chappelle's, we did this in the last episode that you guys probably have already seen by this point, but we chatted
that's
quite a lot about
funny,
Dave
yeah.
Chappelle before. No, but I'm saying by the time this one comes out, that one will have been out,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, I really hope
Yeah.
so. We did a lot of talking on that last one though.
Yeah, I liked. I think I saw the one with Jim Carrey. I like that.
Yeah, the one with Jim Carrey is good. It's interesting. The Will Ferrell one is another point I'll make. I think Will Ferrell's severely underrated in that episode. It's very funny. But
How cool
yeah,
would be underrated? He's like
as a comedian, I think he's underrated. Like, because his acting's incredible, but I think he's hilariously funny enough.
that's true.
by himself.
He is in like a lot of like films, but no one really knows him for like the other stuff he does. You
No,
would
that's
think
what I'm
he's,
saying.
like-
Yeah,
He's just like, I guess we. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's quite good.
I think he's a little typecast at this point now in his career, which I think is unfortunate for himself. But he's doing all right in life. So
I feel like
not
he's
so
going to be
unfortunate.
one of those actors who's actually talented to do some actual serious stuff at one point. You know, like how like Jim Carrey kind of did for a bit. Like
Yeah.
he actually sort of like gives an actual.
Isn't it? I watched a thing the other day. It was an interview with Matthew McConaughey who talks about, because all he did at the start of his career was rom-coms.
Yeah.
And he talks about that he didn't work for 18 months so that he would no longer, because all that got sent to him was rom-coms, and he just said no. And one of the scripts was worth like 14.5 million. He got offered for it, and he said no. God, imagine being in that position where you can say no to that. But he said no to it on the basis like, I want to be an actor, not shirtless McConaughey who you do a rom-com with. And then apparently after that he got a role in what was the movie? Well, he did Tropic Thunder after that kind of gap where they were like, oh, this is somewhat serious, and then he took that. Yeah, and then but then apparently like that's where he had the script to Dallas Buyers Club already, and he was already there, but no one would make it because it was him who was trying to push it. And then by the time he'd kind of done a few projects that were important and serious, he got given the green light, and there we go. I think Will Ferrell could possibly step into that light. I like him a lot. He's very good.
On the topic.
Go on.
What about film franchises? Ongoing film franchises. Are there any things that you can think of? Because I have one which I.
If you have one, then go first, because I don't.
The MonsterVerse, like the Godzilla and the Kaiju.
Yeah.
Because I think I mentioned
Good
on
fun.
the last one, but I'm quite a big Kaiju nerd, like the Japanese sort of monsters. And I watched. The reason I bring it up is because I liked Kong Skull Island and I liked Godzilla 2014. And like both great films, I think.
You haven't seen King of Monsters yet, have you?
That's what I was saying. I watched King of the Monsters this week, and I was like,
oh, okay, cool.
I think like
we'll do a nice
like,
segue with that then. Segue into what have we been reading and watching then, because that's a good thing to move into. But I can cover some stuff as well along the same lines. But you may as well. What did you think of that?
I mean, I guess it's like a cinematic universe now.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
But like I think it's just gonna be Kong Godzilla films. Like I can't see like a spin-off.
I don't.
Like,
I don't think there's going to be anything beyond that.
No.
But it doesn't need to be.
I was really hoping that there would be a spin-off like Mothra thing, but she died. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love
for a prequel, but she's still just in like caterpillar form
and a massive fucking light. I actually really enjoyed that movie.
It looked really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was really good fun. At one point, I watched
Wait, quickly, just
go on.
I did lose my shit when the like original Godzilla theme played.
Oh really?
When like yeah. I was like that was so fucking cool. Like they're very because like Kong Skull Island didn't take itself very seriously. I don't think.
No.
Godzilla 2014 did, but it felt like it needed to. I like how they're really kind of branching out and like experimenting with stuff now.
Yeah.
Especially in King of the Monsters, because like the first one was just Godzilla and this new monster they came up with, which I think was really cool. It worked.
Oh yeah, the
Mutos. In this one, it's like they're bringing back loads of stuff, and I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's way more like the original Japanese stuff, whereas
it feels
the
like
2014 film is just more similar to the 98 Godzilla.
It feels like how it should be, like a big budget.
Did you guys enjoy? Like, I really liked all of the creatures, and I was gonna say their design, but more on the fact that they made it feel like. I don't know how to say. It felt like you say, like it felt back to the source. Does that make sense? It felt like they went back to the source and were like, okay, take that and just make it look now. Like move that to more modern kind of standards.
All of those, I think there's like 3 monsters at the end. You're like, there's 3 in America, isn't there? There's like that mammoth.
Yeah,
one,
there's 3 in America. There's 3 bases in America. Yeah.
There's a third Muto, isn't there?
So those 3 are none of those are original Kaiju from the original films. I think the spider-looking one's kind of based off one of the Kaijus because there's a spider-looking one in the original Japanese characters. And I really like how there's like them all over the world now. And, they also kind of hinted at the end that, well, I mean, Kong doesn't sort of consider Godzilla to be like the king of the planet, I guess, which it implies at least.
I like the fact that
I think it'd be awesome that there's room in the future for like, you know, other, because they said there's like, you know, there's obviously 17 mutants monsters in the film, but they imply that there's possibly a lot more.
I like the
really
fact
cool.
that because they didn't make Kong. We spoke about it last week, didn't we? Because we said that like he's on Skull Island the whole time.
they
that
reference it a
happens.
lot, and I thought that was
Yeah,
really cool.
but the
They talk
fact
about
that he
Skull
doesn't show up because all of the ending obviously is they all bow to Godzilla and it's the symbolic that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the king. I love the fact that Kong isn't there because I think it makes it so much better that if Kong isn't, because I feel like if Kong goes and you have him do the battle as well,
credits, it has,
he doesn't
like,
do as
like,
much.
zoom in through like Skull Island. And stuff like that.
Yeah, I think having Kong not be there is such a bigger thing to be like
So-
someone's
those
not happy
films
about
always
not being
do
the king.
Such a good job of building up like anticipation for the ones more than actually showing it, especially the first Godzilla film. He doesn't
Yeah, I
start
mean he's
till,
barely
like,
in it.
a third of the
Yeah.
way in, but like when he does, it's like super cool, and it gets criticized for that. But I think that's actually probably one of the best things about it. And like they talk about Skull Island, but they mentioned Kong. I think it kind of builds up this sort of like grandeur around it, like
Yeah.
and like people are aware of him. But I just think that's like really cool, and how
Oh,
they kind of
also-
like Godzilla shows up, like especially in this new film, he shows up quite early on, but you kind of barely see him, and then when he actually does show up, you find like Ghidorah in that first scene. I think that's pretty cool.
You were going to say, Daniel?
Oh, well, I also feel like a thing about Kong not being in King of the Monsters. He doesn't seem like any of the other monsters in that
No,
because he's
no.
just a big gorilla, isn't he?
He's also
he's
intelligent.
not really.
He's much more
yeah.
intelligent than most of
He's-
those animals.
He's not like any of the other monsters,
Nope.
both in that film or on Skull Island, which are all like weird, sort of
Lizardy things.
properly monster things. Where he's just, well, that's one of those things that we have, but big.
Yeah,
and
he
so,
doesn't- but they do it quite well because he doesn't feel completely out of place, especially with.
no, yeah, he
Because originally it was like just a big gorilla fighting a lizard. It's like that feels a bit out of place. Which
was
again,
an
I don't
unfair
give
battle.
a shit because they're giant monsters fighting each other.
Yeah,
I don't take it
that's
seriously.
correct.
Yeah, it looks
But,
great, yeah.
I feel like in the new one, it's like because they have like that mammoth looking one, which I think is really cool.
I love that.
But
I
it's
thought that was the
that
best.
kind
That's
of-
the best. One of the
That
best looking
kind of,
ones,
like,
in my
makes-
opinion.
Like it kind of like they're based off like actual things. I think that's why Ghidorah is so interesting. 'Cause
Do you
obviously
think we'll
he's not
see-
he's extraterrestrial.
Do you
Yeah,
think we'll
like,
see
he's
these
like the one
characters?
three-headed dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
the one who's like least like animal. I mean, Mothra's obviously a moth. Rodan's a like
Rodan's just like a
pterodactyl.
pterodactyl bat thing.
I think we should throw out the fact that one, by the way, the pterodactyl. I don't know the name of it. I'm not gonna lie. The pterodactyl one, the one you just
Okay.
mentioned. That his part in it, I thought was fantastic. The fact that like
He's a
he's
little bitch.
basically
he just bows to
he
anyone.
he literally like
Yeah.
he just is you know what he actually reminds me of, and Dan, this will make you laugh. He's Starscream, as in like whoever can beat the shit
Yeah.
out of him, he's just like, all right, yeah, yeah, all right. But the fact that like there's a moment where I think Mothra hurts him, right? She stabs him in the
He's
wing.
Dwight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And he gets stabbed in the wing, right? Mothra stabs him
No, he
with
gets
like
stabbed through like the chest. Like
the chest, right? Okay, yeah. But the fact that like he immediately goes down, and his reaction is almost to be like, "The fuck do I do now?" His reaction's almost like, "I tried."
It's like,
Yeah. I do you reckon we'll see these characters in the new one? Because I think we might see a lot of like. I reckon
I
that
almost
the
hope we don't.
precursor to Godzilla turning up could be Kong beating the shit out of something.
I almost hope we don't. Purely because I think that. Have any of you guys seen the original Godzilla vs. Kong?
No.
It's the most Japanese thing you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, good.
And it's really cool. But what makes it cool is it's just like this own little like self-contained thing, and it's like
Yeah.
just two like kaiju fighting each other. And I think
No
it's
one
like,
can make that sound like a cute thing other than you just did there. You're like, it's just like a Godzilla fighting a lizard. It's just a little lizard. It's not a little lizard, it's quite a big
little
one.
baby lizard flying.
Should we
Should
Should we start a new call before we go into the rest of the reading and watching this week?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, to sum it up, I think that
Big good.
versus is turning out to be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a really cool franchise to kind of look into. I'd love to see more from it in the future. I know we
Well,
probably won't see much more, but I'd love to see some more stuff in that.
They
sort of
seem
universe.
quite
just-
expensive to make.
Yeah. You know what? Go on then. Go on.
Just quickly before this call ends, the 3 DVDs that I mentioned I'd ordered earlier were
Oh yes.
Godzilla 2014, King of the Monsters, and then also
order
Shin
Skull Island?
Godzilla. No, I
Oh,
already have
okay.
Skull
Oh,
Island.
interesting.
Shin
All right, nice.
Godzilla is
Well, I'd seen
So
Shin Godzilla
weird.
before,
Right.
but it's no longer about nuclear the bombs. It's about the 2011 tsunami and how that was dealt with.
It's really. It's
It's
one
a
of the,
weird
it's one of the weirder
Godzilla.
ones, yeah.
Yes.
Because it's like an evolution and
It's
like,
like
have you
weird.
seen, like some of the stuff like the evolutions after that?
Yeah, it's like
Becomes, like,
almost
this,
just a
He becomes like this like space monster
skeleton
thing at the end. It's
Space, yeah.
like, that's like a cool film for like kind of looking at like lore and stuff behind it. I think like it has like it feels bigger.
Yeah.
As it is. It's great.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll be right back. Daniel claps.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Ow.
I wasn't sure if we were gonna go on go or
So
one.
time.
No.
I want you to
It's
use
fine.
both, Jimmy. I want you to use both. Dan, do you want to take us?
Oh yeah, Dan, what have you got in the
Okay.
background today?
Yeah, Dan. What's in the background, Dan?
Okay, before we get onto what I watched, it's a Tumblr,
It's a Tumblr. Wow.
very dusty Tumblr. Watch this.
Wow.
Everyone remembers that bit?
That
you know, when
didn't
the
happen in the movie.
Yeah, it did. Just think about it.
Daniel, what have you been watching and
Okay, so,
or
like,
into this week?
A week and a half ago on Netflix, I watched Next, starring Nicolas Cage.
Jimmy, I didn't pre-approve this, just so you know. I did not approve this before he does this, all right?
No, I can tell if you'd approve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this film where he is a Vegas magician, but he has this power where he can
Oh my
see
god, that's
2
why
minutes
you.
into
That's
the
why it was on the
future.
fucking list. I saw it.
Yeah.
Why is that there?
I saw every now and then, you know, I have a look through coming soon. I was like, I've got to watch this, and I'm
How
like,
was it?
okay. Well, quite disappointing, really. I didn't expect it to be good, but it wasn't the kind of bad I was hoping for. Like, okay, so the point is, there's this like war. These people have a warhead, and so the FBI are like, okay, Nicolas Cage, we want to use your powers to find the bomb. But he's like, no thanks, I don't want to.
Of course.
So he can only ever see 2 minutes into the future.
Right.
Apart from this one time when he saw, to a point where he didn't know when, he sees Jessica Biel in a restaurant. He's like, okay, I don't know why I've seen this
As in
woman,
the
but I've
actress
got to
Jessica
find her.
Biel, or as
Yeah,
in
the actress
No,
Jessica
no.
Biel. No, she's playing a character. But
They
so
do
he
that.
keeps going to this restaurant
Actors
every
do that.
day.
They play characters.
But anyway, so he
Okay, go
finally
on.
meets her, and they go off to some place, but they're being followed by the FBI. But also the people with the bomb, they know about his special powers for some reason. I don't know how everyone knows he's got these powers. They just
what a
do.
twist.
I know. There were some really good parts when you think you're just watching the film, but and then he gets hit by a car or something. It's like, oh, he was looking into the future, and then he does something so he doesn't get hit by the car, but he escapes the police or whatever.
Would it be
Then
not
just,
walking
like-
into the road without looking? Would that be? the
No, he was
trick
doing
thing?
a car chase.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
But anyway, and then there's just like half an hour in the middle, just this really rubbish, weird love story between him and Jessica Biel.
Oh,
He just
no.
he just keeps trying every option until she responds in the right
Oh,
way.
what
There's
the
a
fuck
bit.
is no,
It's a
no.
bit
You know,
weird.
can I just actually, on that note, I spoke about it, I think last week or the week before. I spoke about Time, which is the same, but as in the I'm just triggered it section. Just jump in real quick. That does a really good job of doing that without being creepy.
Yeah, you make
No,
it
it's
seem like
Because
definitely
they
he
actually
makes
like each other.
yeah, like now he goes back in time and then he talks to her and
'Cause
it feels
they actually do like each other. But...
yeah, and it doesn't feel like a creepy thing where he's like, I'll just try anything to get you in bed with
Well,
me.
the
Instead,
thing
he's like
is-
being sweet and nice and innocent.
He does that once,
thing
doesn't
is-
he? He like goes to that
Yeah.
he goes like thing like he acts super.
It's
awkward
Margot
and
Robbie,
weird.
isn't it? He tries to act super really weird.
Yeah, he
with
does it.
Margot
Yeah,
Robbie, and it
so,
doesn't work.
Margot Robbie. He does that.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go on. Dan.
But anyway, it's played so like Jessica Biel's character. She just loves him just for we don't know why. It's
So it's
just-
Anakin Skywalker, Padme level love. It's just love, because why not?
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
just
good.
such a weird. It's just a weird age gap. But
So,
anyway,
kind of like Groundhog
um,
Day.
they eventually he gets captured by the FBI, but he does it in such a way that it's like, okay, Jessica Biel, you're going to get away. You're not getting involved in this. But what the guys with the nuke do, they kidnap.
They
her.
get her.
Wow, yeah, plot twist. Who saw that coming? Not this
It's
guy.
like Mission Impossible.
What happened next?
Doesn't that
and so
happen?
then
in
he's
Wait,
like,
hang on a minute. That does happen in Mission Impossible. Number
Probably.
3. They
Um,
get him.
This is not Mission Impossible.
Sorry, no,
This is
it
not
doesn't. It
Mission
isn't. I've just
Impossible.
realised that they're dead on links. Go on, carry on though.
So then it's like, okay, they're like, okay, you've got to find the bomb for us now, and they're setting him up in this like clockwork orange like eye thing. It's just like, watch the news. And he's like, I can only see 2 minutes into the future. How is this going to help? And it's Julianne Moore, by the way, and she's just like, use your powers better. And so now he just sees 2 hours into the future. It's like, okay, I guess he can just see further now.
But wait. But like, what if it's like, I see it. Hang on, I see it. They're in Australia. Fuck, you got 24 hours to get there.
They're in
the fuck is
LA
like,
or whatever.
Okay.
But and then there's quite a good scene of him breaking out of the where he's been held. And it's like,
right, yeah.
Like some of the fight stuff is genuinely quite good because he knows what everyone's going to do. So it's just a lot.
And
of
he
him
knows
like,
karate. Nicolas Cage.
He does.
Yeah.
Probably does.
Probably.
But anyway,
Also
they go
knows
to where the
crazy,
bomb's
right?
gonna be.
That was such a. He also knows crazy.
The delivery.
Go on,
that
Dan.
was
Sorry.
absolutely-
Finish off his
So-
story, Dan.
He goes to where the bomb's going to be early, so it's not there anymore. And then they eventually work out, they're like, okay, we've got to work together to save Jessica Biel and I guess everyone else in LA.
Wait, where did
So
she?
there's this,
What happened to her?
well, he saw her being killed, but
Right.
then by going to where the bomb and where she was going to be, they no longer go there. And they go someplace. Well, no, they're still where the bomb is
But
going.
surely
where it,
by knowing that she's going to be killed, and even just putting the pieces
No,
in place to stop
he-
her being killed, that will most likely
no, he
a butterfly
sees
effect to stop
a
her being
few.
killed
No,
now.
he sees a future that is going to happen if he, if he's going to make a certain decision. But then
Right.
he can be like, okay, now I'll look into the future. If I do, he's got two options. He can see
So out
both
of every
options play
possible
out.
scenario, there are two outcomes. is what you're saying.
Well, no, but it's like that. But anyway,
Take us home, Dan. Finish this fucking story.
we get to the end. There's this whole thing. They're looking for the guy. The bomb is on Jessica Biel, and they
It's
stop
not a very
them
big
and
bomb,
they're
then,
like,
is it? Was it meant to be like a very
Oh.
big bomb?
Well, then they're like, oh, the nuke's not here. It goes off, and then
What?
we
Well, where does it go off?
jump back. Then
Oh,
just
he
in
was
the middle of
thinking.
LA,
He was thinking it.
we jump back to him and Jessica Biel, just after they've had sex, which was like 45 minutes earlier. And I'm
Why
like,
are they having
oh,
sex
okay.
then? The world's at stake. What are you
No,
doing?
this was before he's even like been caught by the FBI, and it's like, okay, I checked the runtime. There's 5 minutes left. I'm like, hang on a second. How are we going to resolve this? They just don't resolve the film. He's just like, he comes out because the place they're staying is being watched by the FBI. It's like, okay, let's do this. They drive off. Credits roll. I'm like, hang on a second. The film's
Wait.
not finished. You showed me them losing and then didn't finish the film. It's just an unfinished script. He goes, he's like, okay, Julianne Moore, let's do this. Jessica Biel, will you wait for me? She's like, yes. He's like, okay. And that's it. It's just like, I'm like, what?
No,
What's
wait.
happened?
So hold on.
What have I
Hold
just
on.
watched?
He can see into the future, and whilst looking into the future, he can see himself looking into the future while
Oh,
in the
yeah.
future.
Yeah, he does this because you don't realise that you had assumed. Because there are bits when he does keep looking into the future. You just assume, oh yeah, I guess.
Right. So it sets
You know.
it up, and then you're like, oh wow, plot twist, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
nothing.
But then
happened
it doesn't
after
resolve it. It doesn't
Can I
show them
just
doing
mention
the
now, like,
right thing.
What I like is watching this. If me and Jimmy now went and watched this movie, it would be so much more underwhelming than it actually probably was when Dan first watched it. Because me and Jimmy
Yeah.
would go, "Oh, he's in a."
If anything, he's kind of like
looking
ruined
forward.
it because I wish
He's
he could
looking-
said
he's
like,
looking
watch it,
forward
it's got
here.
a great ending. And we get to the
Oh,
end,
no
like,
one's fucking
crap.
watching it.
Uh,
No one's watching that shit.
It started off all right. I was like, okay, yeah, this is just going to be some dumb film. And then
You know the little
I was like,
snippets the
oh,
Netflix show.
oh,
I watched that
yeah.
and I was like, "It looks alright." I'm so glad I didn't go further. I'm so glad I never went further because I looked at the rest of it now and I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
So
Is
yeah,
that-
so
is
after
that what you
watching,
watched?
After watching like 8 films previous week,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna watch a film again. I've had
Fair
enough
enough.
of cinema.
Unless it's got Nicolas
In the
Cage and unless he can look forward to
No, I
the future.
don't. HBO Max can have everything, and then they can shoot it to the moon.
Well, Nicolas Cage actually
Because
did
of
the mocap
Next,
for
starring
oh,
Nicolas Cage.
Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is
plays
both
Kong.
those characters.
Yeah, he plays. It's just them with his face instead. Jimmy, what did you watch or do this week with regards to TV shows and films?
I did nothing. I watched.
Nice.
I watched. I've been rewatching Sherlock. Because I haven't seen it in about
BBC
3 years.
series?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's good.
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm up to. Well, I just finished the first episode of season 3. You know, the terrorist attack on Parliament. Which is one of my favorite ones. I know they're just like really.
One. Oh, that's the one where it's the train car, isn't it?
It's like one of the best episodes because it's like you have that like kind of that like playing out like that's like the main attention of the episode, but then the background you kind of have like the how did Sherlock die and come back kind of thing.
Yeah.
And even when at the end they sort of like explain it to like you, and then like you're like, okay, that's how he did it, and then like it's like kind of left ambiguous, like oh wait, maybe it wasn't kind of thing. I think that's one of the best episodes, purely because like so it starts off with like one scenario how it works, and then it's like okay, well,
it keeps getting ridiculous and ridiculous, doesn't it?
And then and then until you get to the last one where it's like actually makes sense, and it's like I think Anderson says like that's kind of underwater, and it's like
I love the fact that the ending is Anderson just like getting more insane about the fact that how it happened is not how he thought it happened. I think it's fantastic. I love John Watson just beating the shit out of him every time he tries to. It's so good. The wait a bit.
The restaurants.
And he thinks that he's going to be so happy to see him, and he thinks he's going to be so happy, and John's reaction is just to hit him.
Yeah. And
then they end up at a kebab shop, don't they?
They go to like a kebab shop, and then he like punches him again, and then he goes to like another shop, and then like in the last one he like breaks his nose and he gets like kicked out.
Yeah, and then
and then he gets punched in the face.
Yeah, it's very good. And then like I love the joke later in the episode where he goes to shave it, and Mary's like, "You're shaving it," and he's like, "Well, you know," his excuse is that you're not the only one that doesn't like it. Yeah, that's a good show, man. That's a really good show.
I like it. I mean, season 4 sucks kind of, but
the ending to season 4
also
it's weird, and the ending sucks.
It's not like horrible though.
There are good elements of it.
It's just like one of those shows where like there's only. It felt like it was always. It felt like it was always going to kind of like go that sort of like weird convoluted route, and it never did, and it sort of failed at the last minute. And it's not bad. It's just like
briefly, doesn't it, for a couple of seconds?
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It's just like you were kind of hoping it'd be better than that. But
I'm going to throw out that I think we'll get one more series. I think eventually we'll get another series, and that'll be it. Because firstly, everyone in it now is too big to do any more, and I think. It'll be one more series to tie a nice bow on it, and that'll be.
I hope it ends up.
Right off into sunset.
I want it to be like a 2.5-hour episode, basically.
Yeah, that last episode does end in a.
It does. It does tie it up nice enough. Yeah.
Well, it ends. It ends quite nicely because it's like
they're back to where they were.
John and Sherlock are working together.
You have that slow-mo shot of them running, isn't it? And
well, I think
the themes playing.
Dan loves everything that ends in a slow-mo shot of them running. That's where Nicolas Cage missed his beat because he drove off.
It didn't go
slow. Well, Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss, who are the producers.
I was going to say Mark Gatiss deserves so much award for what he does with that show.
They said that like if it was ever going to start, it would start with like that case of them at the library, because you know how they like run out of the library. Apparently, if they can do another one, it'll be something to do with that. Like but I kind of hope that. I just like to think that like they kind of did get back together as that like classic duo, and they're like working together and stuff. I quite like the idea of that. And I won't be disappointed if they didn't continue it, but also
I think one of my favourite aspects of that show is that Mycroft is always usually involved in the problem somehow. It's one of my favourite aspects of the show. Is that Mark Gatiss' character keeps having... Personally, he plays it perfect. I don't think there's never been a better adaptation of that character, in my opinion. I think that's the best one.
I think Stephen Fry plays it quite well.
Stephen Fry is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I think Mark Gatiss' one is so perfectly arrogant towards Sherlock, and so...
He's like he's an even more irritating version of Sherlock.
And the bit where he tells me there's a moment...
It's like, no, I'm the smart one.
There's a moment where he tells Mrs. Hudson to shut up, and their reaction is to go, like, what the fuck? Yeah, and Mycroft apologises, and then he realises it's brilliant.
Sherlock Holmes is like, but do shut
Yeah, exactly. They're fantastic. But Sherlock has a charm that Mycroft doesn't have, which I think is why that character's played so well. But the writing in that show is outstanding. I don't think that
my
ever
favourite
dips
bit is,
writing-wise throughout the entire series.
One with Irene Adler in, and those
really?
Americans break in. It's not my favorite episodes, but it's one of my favorite moments.
Is that the one where
Americans
Mrs.
break
Hudson...
in and hold and then Sherlock turns the tables and just throws them out a window.
That's one of the best bits.
It's like call an ambulance.
Yeah.
Someone has fall the window and it cuts. It's like, so how many times did he fall out the window there?
Yeah. That's a very good one. I think one of my favorite ever moments is I love the moment where they get back when he tries to surprise John. That's a great scene in my opinion.
In the restaurant.
Yeah, that's incredible. But the moment where they're in the train car and that John thinks that the world's going to end, or like they're not the world's going to end, but their world's going to end. It's all going to come crashing down around him, and Sherlock's reaction is to laugh and then go, yeah, no, all terrorists always just have an off switch because like they're not idiots and they realise that like if you fuck up then you're fucked. So they just decide they just have an off switch. I think that's fantastic. I actually think a really good bit is the moment where I really like the one where he comes back and he's sat in front of the board. You know the guys that like the operatives, the guys,
season
and
4.
they are going. Yeah, they go. No, it's season 3, I think, and they go.
No,
are you sober?
Because at the end of season 3, he kills that guy, and it doesn't end on the cliffhanger.
Oh, season 4 then?
Season 1, he's sitting in the board and he gets away with it.
No, yeah, it's the one where he says to them, the board, they're like, are you sober? And he's like, yes. And then he does the bit where he's like, ginger nuts. And he's tweeting during being told, like, and he's like, oh no, I've got to get back. And the fact that he's like, it's like, I feel like that episode is a invigorized Sherlock. Does that make sense? Like, he's gone from being like, he was kind of the end, he's trailing off. And then in that start season, he's just completely back and insane as he was before.
Yeah,
I think
incredible.
I think the best episode has got to be the finale of season 2, right, where he has to like kill himself.
Yeah, with Moriarty. Yeah.
I think that's just like such.
Go on, Dan. What are you saying?
I think my favourite episode is the finale of season 3, the Sign of 3, which is the one
that's
primarily
the
said.
second episode, so the bottom episode.
I thought.
What happens in the Sign of 3?
Okay.
No,
Sign of 3 is the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's an incredible episode. That's a great episode.
I think that's also. I think that's got probably the best killer mystery in it as well, with the invisible killer and the soldier, and then working out who's going to die.
I also think that's got some of the best jokes in when he's doing the speech and he's just being like wrong to everyone who's guessing, and the fact that's going on. I think one of my favourite scenes is when he's in the courtroom. You know, when Mycroft it's imagery, but like it's very smart. Where Mycroft is the judge at one point, where he talks about the universe is really so careless as to have I can't remember the term, but like he's in the courtroom and he's got like 6 women around him that he's been talking to online, and he's got all the computers up.
It's a lecture.
That one, a
lecture hall role.
Yeah, and when he turns around, Mycroft's at the top as like the grand figure, I guess, being like, "Oh, the universe is really so careless as to have." What's the fucking word when things just happen? I can't remember it. Coincidences. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you. And that, I think it's a great show. I'm not gonna lie. I think Jimmy's nailed it.
I do really enjoy also that all of the episode titles are just sort of
it's outstanding. It's
story titles.
Yeah,
like Study in Pink is the first one, right? It's Study in Pink. Yeah.
You have one.
Sign of 3 is a Sign of 4.
Yeah. What's there's another one that's really.
The second one is The Blind Bank, but the original one of that is.
I honestly just thought Jimmy had just had like an
he's had enough.
I honestly just thought he got pissed off and ran away. I genuinely just thought you were just giving up. But okay.
And then which
it's
the Ryback
Hound of the
Hound.
Yeah. It's one is the Hound of the Baskervilles and the other is the Hounds of Baskerville.
Yeah. Do
Which
you like that episode? Because I really like that episode. I think
I think it's.
I don't think Sherlock has good episodes. I think he just has bad episodes. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Not, I mean, like, there's episodes that stand out because they're bad, and episodes stand out because they're good. Like, I think that the Blind Bank is one of the weaker episodes. Is
that the one with the
It's like the underground kind of like circus thing, you know? I think that's
Dan, moment in the Hand of the Baskervilles, I think is one of the best moments, is the link, and they do this incredibly, in my opinion, in the writing. You know when he arrives at Baskerville, the site, and he says to the woman, he's like, you're the luminous bunny that went missing. Is an because at the start he has a case given to him, and the little girl has a bunny go missing, and he manages to track that case the whole way through his brain. So when he gets to the woman, and incredible.
They do that in the one with Iron Adler as well.
Yeah, they do.
Showing all the cases, and it's like people talk about like people dying, but they're not actually being.
Oh my god! No, I'm sorry. That's the average as well.
Like the two little kids.
It's the two little girls. Yeah, the two little girls. Yeah.
And like the ashes as well. It's like
the two little girls who are like.
That's funny though.
We think our granddad's still alive, and he's like, they don't go to heaven when they're dead. They get put in a room and burnt. Is incredible as a joke.
It's like I don't think it's her. I know human ashes.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, it's amazing, incredible.
I mean, also back to looking at that last series. The episodes with Toby Jones are brilliant.
That is an amazing episode, you know, for a mindfuckery of stuff.
Yeah, with the like H.H. Holmes hospital style thing and everything. And then like there's he's got the recording device in the walking cane. It's just when you get to the Enola or whatever she's called.
Yeah. Not Enola. That's the. No, it is Enola. Sorry, it is Enola.
I'm thinking Enola, but you're getting confused with Millie Bobby Brown. Though.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with the Millie Bobby Brown thing, which is why I just got completely thrown off by that. Yeah, no, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, but then and then, although I do quite like the whole Redbeard twisting. It wasn't a dog. It was a human being that was.
I could like the idea of the red big thing. The one I actually really preferred is the plane twist. The plane twist of the little girl. Yeah. I think that's incredible. That's a hell of a fucking twist.
It's like the sleeper project thing, and it's like Sherlock actually fucks up in that episode quite a lot.
Yeah,
Mycroft's like, it would have worked if you kept your mouth shut and like get away.
Yeah.
And obviously he like saves Iron Adler in the end. But speaking about the last episode, it's like.
Yeah,
I don't dislike it. I never comes up like, here we go, it's the last.
I don't dislike any of them.
It's a very it's a very acquired taste.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I don't know if I love it, but I definitely enjoy it when I'm watching it. Like I don't put too much thought into it. I think it's pretty good, you know.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that a point has to be made for the show in general. I think is fantastic. There's not that much of it, which is really depressing.
Yeah, but like an hour and a half episodes though.
Exactly, yeah, which I think is why like we can give credit.
They're
to
like
how
you can sit and watch a film. Like they're basically films.
They're basically film length, yeah. I haven't really watched anything else this week, and everything I have mentioned is pretty much come and gone.
Can I? Sorry.
Go on.
Just
throw in whatever you want to throw in.
Thing. I think my biggest gripe with series 4 was the whole Watson sort of cheating on Mary.
Yeah, that wasn't fantastic.
I'm fine with the whole him having a therapist thing and that turning out to be the secret sister, but then also this whole it seemed out of character, and then for for him to have a go at Sherlock for letting Mary die when he was the person who was really
a great husband. Yeah. I think that's a great point for us to end the show on. I haven't watched anything really this week, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, so I'm pretty much useless. I've been trying to cry myself to sleep every night after school. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you want to check anything else out, you can go on the channel. We've got a load of episodes already out. I enjoyed this week actually. I think it's fun just to have a week where we chat about stuff. I have no idea what we're doing next week. Does anyone have any ideas for next week?
No.
Okay, good. I do want to mention here now, we'll do as soon as One Division wraps up, we'll do an episode just on that. I think that's a very good thing to do. I think that should be plenty of shit there to talk about.
Wait until
it ends. Yeah.
There's still just so much that we just don't know.
We don't know.
I don't think we can properly talk about it.
Exactly, I agree.
Especially as Jimmy is just really lacking on...
Yeah. I said to Jimmy the other night, I just said, now's probably the perfect time to watch everything, because you should pretty much finish the same time everyone else does. And you've got a nice period of time.
Yeah, I suppose it being weekly, you've got the time to get through it.
Yeah, I'd suggest maybe around about the new episode's out tomorrow, isn't it? So I'd suggest maybe then
watch
pick up and start
all 6 episodes tomorrow, Jimmy. Yeah, and then you'll be caught up.
Yeah, I'm alright actually. I think I'm just not gonna do that.
I'm gonna. I wanted to just give a real. I am gonna make a slight point here. Before Jimmy mutes me here, I have another show that I started up now. It's on another channel. I'm going to get Jimmy to link the channel in the description below. If you don't like sports and things, come give it a watch. We just chat about stuff.
I'm just going to cut the episode when he says that.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
he's going
I
to cut
don't
the internet. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.